Woof.
Wow.
Right, we're here.
LV Bitesize.
LV Bitesize.
The first ever LV Bitesize at Las Vegas Arcade in Soho. Las Vegas Arcade, UK.
We are
arcade.
All over the place in terms of the people that we get to see here.
It's funny that normally you're speaking off the camera, very animated and cool, but when you're staring at a camera and a massive light, you don't have to
stare at it. It's just the video part of the podcast.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about it.
So yeah, this is our first podcast, our first video setup we've done, and we wanted to actually do this since I think 2015.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was Thomas White's idea. Tommy Midnight to do LV Bitesize. And that was when we would talk every month about what's happening, about players, what's going on. And even though you can put stuff on Facebook and post things like that,
it's different when you get to see it in person.
Yeah, and there's no context. So obviously if you're a regular player, you would know these people. But if you're just watching or you only come now and then, you wouldn't know who these people are. So I think it's better to give it a bit more context.
My friends, really. I agree. Right. So we've got a list of topics today. So we've got the LV news, which is our typical, all the stuff happening in the arcade, all the stuff we get to cover and whatnot.
Yep. LV news.
LV news indeed.
Right. We need a subtitle saying LV news. Live at 89 Wardorf Street. Okay.
So we have that, and then we're going to talk about some Pump It Up XX hype.
Yep.
Things that we're going to look over from Prime 2 that we're going to miss. There's a lot there. And talk about EAG.
Yeah, EAG is a big arcade trade show, talking about that, and then a bit of Dragonball FighterZ, and finally just general arcade news. So I think we should just cut straight to the chase.
LV news.
First thing, LV news.
Right, so for LV news, we've got several, we've got some new things coming soon. We can't be specific on what they are now.
Yeah, well, we ordered a load of games last year, and they're going to turn up this year, so pretty much it. And we ordered a load of games very recently, and they're going to turn up even quicker. Yeah. So we're going to have to do a bit of reshuffling. I know every time we get new machines, we think we can't fit any in. And somehow the technicians and our boss, he manages to put them in.
Yeah,
so
somehow.
Now I really don't know how he's going to fit in another.
I know that Technica is...
Technica's been dead for about a year. We had continual issues with that. The hard drive kept dying. The graphics card was a funny one. I mean, you know more than me. We really struggled to make it work. And then I think now it's finally giving up the ghost. We tried a few different images. Technica's dead.
I think they're going to get the last ISO to repair, because I think it needs to match the graphics card. So once we do that, we'll be... I'll be taking it.
Yes, that's true. So Technica, unfortunately, we tried to save it. It's gone. I find the weird thing about that is that a lot of current gen, I'll say, oh, you want to play it? It's really cool. Got all these songs and animation from Pump, from Easy to DJ, Easy to Dancer. It's got some crossover songs, you know, on sites, things like that. And but people say it's old looking. To me, it looks really new. But I guess touchscreen games don't do that great. Button games do very good, but touchscreen games don't do that good now.
There's not many touchscreen rhythm games anymore.
And I think also people, so the old school people who liked games like in the past when you played Beatmania still does this actually, one of the few games that still does this. If you miss a note, it sounds off key and the song doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
And I used to like playing Beatmania and Technica because if you play the song properly, it will sound wicked and you know you've done it on tune. But people are like, oh, well, it doesn't make the noise when I press it and it sounds wrong. That's dumb. How can you play the game? Because Citus doesn't do that. You know, Demo doesn't do that. A lot of mobile games do that. GB doesn't do that. So they're like, oh. And I think the touchscreen technology is very old. It's 10 years old. That was before iPads. I mean, that was the first touchscreen game pretty much. So anyway, Technica's gone.
No,
apologies. Technica's gone.
We're trying to revive it elsewhere, though. There'll be definitely
yes.
places to play it.
If Ben takes it, it will go to another gaming area, and that when that happens, Ben will let you guys know. Yeah. We'll let you know on the Facebook page because it's not a competitor to us, so it's just something different. It's all good.
Various places anyway,
yes. So. Ben also works at another place.
It's currently known as EXP Leisure, but we are changing company names soon. So
okay.
There'll be more details on that soon.
There's another place where you might be able to play Technica and other music games. A few.
Like Project Eva is probably going to be.
Yeah, in Stratford. So. Stratford. Yes, that's good. So sorry, we better make it short. We don't want to ramble too much. So Technica's gone. Another game might be going, but we're not for sure for that yet. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 new games coming in.
Yeah.
So we need to make some space and a couple of upgrades of existing games.
Yeah. So we got. The good thing is that we've had some various additions and stuff. So all of the Beatmania games they've gone up with versions.
Yeah. All our Konami games got upgraded recently.
So
that's a lie, actually. A few of them got upgraded, not all of them. But all of them will be upgraded this year. And Groove Coaster controls got fixed.
Yeah.
Pop-in seems to be okay to my knowledge. A few people said the green button, the first green button wasn't that good, but it's been tested, seems okay. Sam Voltec's buttons need to be looked at this week. They will be. So we had a bit of sickness at work recently, so the techs weren't around to do it, but they're going to check that now. Tom drum got fixed finally after a very long time, but the hard drive's going to be replaced because it's jittering a little bit. It's like you're playing with a speed mod, which is fine if you like speed mods, but if you,
not so much
if you want to actually play the flipping game, then yes, it's going to get get fixed. I just think the issue is there's always a lot of stuff to do. I mean, say you like fighting games or you like music games or whatever you like, and you think, why isn't this fixed? Well, something else is broke. And then why isn't that fixed? Well, something else is broke. So you might think, my favourite game's not getting fixed, but actually, in the meantime, 5 other games got fixed. Yeah. So it's just the same.
And not only that, it's completely dependent on the staff here, because the staff here, they have to look over 5 different sites.
Yeah, 5 different sites. And so Rambo, gets fixed a lot, House of the Dead gets fixed a lot, but you don't get anyone going, oh, why isn't House of the Dead fixed? Because more casual people will play it.
Yeah.
So while maybe this machine's not getting fixed, all these are, but you'll never actually notice it. So I'm not making excuses, but
it's just how
there's always something breaking. And in our location, man, people are hammering games, coming in.
Yeah, the famous Juby screen break. The
famous fist-free Jubeat, the famous fist-free Tycho.
That was so random.
Sitting on machines. So a lot of people coming in and a lot of abuse going on.
Yeah,
but anyway, we're digressing. We better stick to our points. So. Maximum Tune card reader got fixed recently.
Yeah.
It's still there, Maximum Tune 3DX Plus. We still need to speak to Namco sometimes.
I need to double check to see, because I know that the left one wasn't working for a short period of time, so I'm going to double check.
We'll check today. But last week they were both okay. We got a new card reader. Namco, who actually distribute Pump It Up, they distribute Pump It Up in Europe. I spoke to them again recently. There are no plans yet to bring Maximum Tune over here, but I still asked them.
Every time you try it.
Yeah, some people are very good guys in the industry, so I've got connected with them, so I'll message them.
We are one negative though. We are having issues with Time Crisis 4. So yeah, that's sort of an ongoing issue. Sort of
but regarding Time Crisis 4 and Time Crisis in general, maybe 2019 is the year of change at Las Vegas.
Soon, possibly.
Possibly, maybe, possibly.
Lack of blue screens.
Yes. Actually, I heard there was an issue. I don't know if I can talk about that, but Maximum Tune in the West. I think it was Honda or Toyota licensing issue. That's why they haven't upgraded to 5DX or 6 in America yet. Just rumors I've heard. It's not.
That's an interesting one, actually.
Yeah, some licensing issues, so that's why we haven't upgraded. Because 5's been out there fine. It's doing okay. Anyway, I guess back to LV. Pump It Up XX. I know it came out at the end of last month. I know it's not here yet. We're normally quite on top of it. The kit is coming. Yeah. The kit's been sent over. We will upgrade, obviously, because LV is Pump It Up, so we will upgrade.
Why don't we use that segue into our next section?
Next section?
Yeah. It's the Pump It Up XX hype.
Oh, yeah, really excited. No, wait, what's the hype?
So basically, a lot of people are really wanting to see what Pump It Up XX is bringing. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the anniversary game, right?
Yeah, 20 years old at the end of the year. I believe another game, Foot Dance Mat game, came out first.
Yeah.
I need to actually put an article up about Pump.
No, actually, it's not 20 years of the game, it's 20 versions of it.
Yeah, because it came out. No, it came out in the end of '99. It came out, so it's 20 years.
Is it 20? Oh,
yeah, 20 years. Came out just after Dance Mat game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dance Mat game came out after that one. There was a rumor. Well, I'm going to write a Pump article on the Facebook page soon about Pump. But one guy apparently designed the pads and sold the patents, and then he let Konami and Andamira fight it out. Just a rumor, but I've heard it from a few old school people in the industry.
That's so random.
So that would be quite funny if that was true. But apparently the same guy designed he patented both pads, and they just said, there you go, fight over it.
Man.
But yeah, 20th version. The biggest shake-up in history. I know whenever a new game comes out, they'll go, oh, it's the biggest change, oh, it's the latest game, blah, blah, blah. You're like, yeah, more of the same thing. This time, the big controversy is licensing. I think K-pop getting very popular now in the West.
Yep.
License costs a lot, and they cut so many songs. When I first saw the cut, I was like, wow, this isn't Pump. I said, to me, this isn't Pump. Or DDR, there's certain songs you have on DDR. The Jubeat, there's certain songs you have on Jubeat, and it's just known for those songs. On Pump, they cut some songs that have been in the game for 20 years.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough draw, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, like, when it comes to K-pop licensing, you've got to remember, and Pump It Up is an international game, so it's not like DDR, which is limited to the States and Asia.
Yeah.
But because there's so many different regions involved, you've got so many different record labels involved, you've got so many different external companies involved, and at the end of the day, sometimes it's just impossible to renew everything.
Yeah, and record labels sometimes change hands, so the song license will change hands. That's why a lot of songs left in Fiesta too. But I was going to say, actually, when I got my head around it, I don't really play anymore. A lot of people that were complaining, old players, are like, why don't you have these songs on that we played 20 years ago, 4 or 5 years before people who playing it now were even born, you know? And when I realised, yeah, it's stupid, because current gen, they want current K-pop and they want current music. They don't want to play songs that came out.
But even current gen songs that are like 3 or 4 years old, or even 2 or 3 years old, they get missed out in the next version just because the record label doesn't. It's either the record label wants more money, or it's the situation has changed hands and stuff like that. Because even if you look at XX in general, right? Yeah. You look at some of the stuff that was missing from Prime 1 and then Fiesta EX, and you're like, well, that's still pretty modern, right? And it's like, yeah, they're not going, because the record label has been like, right, you've only licensed it for, let's say, for 2 games. Yeah. So we've seen that your game is successful, so we want more of the cut.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We want more of the cut of the games licensing. So it's always tough.
Well, I think to get new players and to get existing current gen, I'm talking current gen players, you need current K-pop, and that costs money. So after I realised that, yes, it's a shake-up, it's for current players, I thought, yeah, they actually made a good decision, because they want to get new people.
Yeah, and the thing is that they try to keep as much of the stuff going on now as possible. So like the Dreamcatcher stuff managed to stay, and there's new Dreamcatcher songs, and that's just because the new Dreamcatcher songs are basically, they've extended that contract because they've got newer ones as well as the old ones.
Yeah, they cut Bob Bayabo.
Yeah, but that's not Dreamcatcher. So.
Yeah, I know, but they cut Bob Bayabo.
Yeah, but that's a perfect example of how record labels change.
Yeah, they take the best song out again. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Dreamcatcher is very good.
And I remember Blackpink have got their. They've got their...
Yeah, Blackpink have massively taken off from the last year. I mean, when they licensed that song back in 2016, Blackpink were not really even on the map. As they are now.
Internationally, anyway.
Internationally now. I'm going to get probably hate for that. But, you know, I mean, they're in Coachella, one of America's biggest music festivals coming up. Now they're massive now. So
they've got a concert in the UK as well.
Yeah, so massive now. So it was different times back then. I was going to say, Right Now by Psy was going to be in Fiesta 2. And then Gangnam Style got popular. And they couldn't afford to pay the record label. So right now, I think there's even an official chart out somewhere. I've seen it. They never made it into the final game. Because things change. Things get more expensive. Yeah. But I believe we're rambling a bit.
We're actually, if that interchanges with the Pump It Up Prime 2 and what we were missing from that, which tends to be most of the K-pop songs actually.
Yeah.
A lot of the freestyle songs aren't there yet as well too.
Apparently XX will be good for freestyle. A couple of freestyle step makers are charting it. I think freestyle was okay for Prime 2, but a lot of people are very old school players and they don't want to adapt to change or make routines to new songs. They want to use the old songs that they know.
Yeah, they tend to release them in patches anyway, so...
Yeah, they released a lot of charts, freestyle charts. I don't think it was so much an issue. Myself included, I just didn't gel with a lot of the new songs.
Yeah, I think it's more of a case of that. It changes over time, really, to be honest with you. So, we'll have to see on that one.
So, you had the whole GDPR thing, and then Konami not releasing EMUs over here because of data protection, but then Pump doing it.
Yeah,
you can sign up with your own data. So, we don't know why that is. We don't know why Konami doesn't have EMUs here. But, so they said, oh, we're not going to use the camera function anymore in XX to take pictures. I'm like, okay, we're going to use a video function and film you playing the whole song. Okay, so you're going to take out pictures but put in video, all right. So at first I thought it was matching, but apparently it's like Taiko. So say, I don't know if you play Taiko on the PS4, you'll like play someone's ghost. Or say when you play Wang at Midnight, you can play someone's ghost. So someone else will play, you'll get matched to them at a play level, and you'll play them in real time, but it's not. You're just matching their score.
It's Technica did the same thing. That was with Crew Race.
Oh,
exactly the same.
Never got to play Crew Race because Trocadero put it online too late.
Crew Race definitely. Crew Race is definitely on something like that.
Okay, so you play semi-live but not.
Yeah, not quite.
Anyway, it would be a cool function. I think in this day and age, anything social media, scores online has to be done.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it makes a hell of a difference.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like, if with something like Pump It Up XX, if something is, is something catch your eye?
No.
If something is like Pump It Up XX is so important to have that sort of new integration with like media.
Well, we say new integration, man, but Facebook's been out. Facebook's been mainstream for 12 years. It should be common. Every game you release, you should have a Facebook page, rankings. Even if it's not online, just take a picture and put a score in. Like Pump used to do that with Exceed. You get a code every time you play. You put a code on the internet, and you'll be ranked. Your score will be ranked.
Oh yeah, Outrun used to do that as well.
Yeah, but it's basic stuff, and you think it doesn't cost them anything to do it. Really, just have a web page up. You have to do it in this day and age because otherwise you just stay home playing at Xbox.
Yeah, that is true.
What's the point coming to the arcade then? It's got to be face to face, and you've got to play with other people. So yeah, it's essential. So Pump, you know, and the Mirror are really doing the right thing. They're doing what they have to do.
And the thing is that they've still kept the other things like story mode, challenge mode,
Oh, yeah.
doubles obviously still 1 credit and stuff like that. And it's like, it's still the winning formula in terms of what it can do, sort of thing.
I've always put dumb things on Pump and DDR. Dumb things on DDR. Well, okay, dumb things on Pump. The menu, yeah. Where are my buttons? I'm getting on the game. How do I play the game? I haven't played it before. It's just so confusing. Dumb things on DDR. You play singles or doubles. Oh, but what if I want to play double then single? No, you can't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if Pump could just sort out their control system, the interface, and DDR could sort singles and doubles, that would be so much better.
Yeah. The thing is that it's a bit bizarre because the thing is that like. A lot of the places in Japan, actually, when I was playing Pump Up there, a lot of the places were 200 yen for a credit.
Okay.
In some places, the price of Pump out there.
Oh, it's more.
Yeah, it varies randomly.
How much was DDR roughly?
100 yen, always 100 yen.
I know they pulled out a lot of. Sadly, I don't know if you ever guys watched any of the freestyle videos from IPF International Pump Festival.
Yeah.
Shingo and his wife. Is it Kyoko? Panda-san team. I'm sorry, Shingo, I forgot your wife's name. Sorry. It doesn't have Facebook, sorry. But yeah, they used to make really amazing routines. And they even made it on New York Times with their routine. They won a couple of years in a row. But their local pump machine got pulled. And a lot of machines got pulled at the end of last year. So I think Pump didn't do that well in Japan.
Yeah, they didn't. I think the problem is I've played Prime 2's Japan version.
I think they missed the boat, right? Because foot games are dead in Japan now.
Well, Stardom, Dance Rush Stardom is pretty good.
It's different though. It's a foot game, yes. It's a foot game.
But it's different.
It's different, yeah. It's
but
really different. The old styles of games, yeah.
DDR doesn't get played as much. There's a lot of arcades that used to have DDR don't have it anymore. But what is interesting is that we've pumped it up. Like they've got a lot of songs missing in Japanese version. Yeah, there's a lot of songs missing.
Oh, okay.
When I played out there, half of the songs that I would normally play, I couldn't play over there.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a lot of stuff that's missing on that.
Must be licensing.
Yeah, there's definitely licensing because Konami has got some sort of control over that game.
Yeah, well, you see, this is what I understood, but Konami sued ITG. ITG were like, ha, yeah, we copied you, but we're going to come back under protection of Andamiro. So Andamiro used their GX cabinet. They just made it 4-panel, Dedicab, and then it was called Pump It Up brackets in the Groove 2. Or in the Groove 2 brackets Pump It Up. And Konami were like, wow, okay, now we're really going to sue both of you and to really take you down. But I think it was a 10-year period where they couldn't release games in Japan. And then as soon as that expired, they put Prime in Japan straight away. And Sega distributed it. Sega used to distribute Pump in Europe until it was late 2000s to like early 2013, 12, 13, and Namco do it now. But yeah, that's why they came back. So I don't understand how Konami still could have a grip on them because the lawsuit expired, the 10-year ban expired, and then they were fine to.
I'm not too sure. Okay. It felt like that, but also another thing that's interesting is that they have no card readers in Japan either.
Oh, only USB.
Yep, USB only.
Wow. Weird.
There is no card readers. I asked some of the players there because there's an arcade in Yokohama which looks like an old, like something from Fallout basically in terms of.
Kawasaki Warehouse based upon Kowloon World City in Hong Kong, which is a place I really would love to go to, but they tore it down.
So I went.
Nice.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, it's based upon a place in Kowloon that got torn down.
So I went to the one in Yokohama, which was really nice, and there was a bunch of pump players there.
Yeah. Cool.
Japanese pump players, and I asked them, "Does my card work?" And they're like, "We don't have cards in Japan." And I was like, "What?
Wow.
You don't have cards?" It's like, "Yeah, USB only." And I was like, "That's madness."
Yeah, that would have affected it. I think having a card is so much cooler.
Yeah.
Much cooler and easier. Oh, ITG players.
Cool. Go figure, right?
Yeah. So the next thing we're talking about, so Pump X Prime 2 EAG.
Right. This is more you than me, so.
Well, it's a kind of a pet peeve and a love at the same time. So there was an arcade show at Earl's Court I mean, of course, demolished now, but it went on. It was one of 20, 30 years. An arcade show every January. If you're in the industry, or if you were still at school, like a lot of us were, but you maybe filled out a document saying you did work in an arcade, you get let in anyway. Yeah, and that's how we play games every January. All these cool games coming out. Some games that were people never even come out in the UK. They were released here, but no one bought them. Yeah. Anyway, so at one point that's split into 2 shows: ICE, which is gambling, and then EAG, which is video games. May take place, but I noticed it's become more apparent to me that the gambling show, they're very in touch with their market, gambling trends, and people who want to play machines and social media. They're really on it. It's really modern. But the arcade scene is becoming more and more people disconnected who don't really play games.
Yeah, it's a bit dead.
So you go there and everything's new and it's nice, it's family friendly, but they're concentrating on ticket machines and redemption because they don't know about games, because they don't play them, they don't understand them.
You get the same reskin of the same sort of shooting games with Transformers and Halo and stuff like that.
And it's just not, and mainly it's ticket and redemption, and this ticket could make you money, that ticket could make you money. Not, oh, actually let's sit down and think. People do play video games. What makes us connect with them? Hardly anything's online. Social media's dead. A lot of these pages for their games.
Actually, I think what's a good example of this is that, with House of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
You look at the international version, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at the Japanese version, and you still see how different the 2 games are in terms of functionality, and it's just a perfect example of how the arcade industry is.
Well, what's the difference for the why is the Japanese one different?
So the Japanese one, you can save your data in it.
Oh, how would you save it?
They got card readers in the Japanese version.
Okay, so but what's saving data do? Just save.
So
the
you could
score,
carry on
else?
from the next stage. Do you know the weapons that you start off with?
Yeah.
You don't actually pick them at the start of the stage in the Japanese one. They are saved to your cards, basically, and you buy them. So basically, in the game, where you get your coins and your bells and stuff as bonus points, they're actually in-game currency, so you could buy extra ammo and stuff like that.
That would be kind of cool to carry on playing. Yeah, so in a Western version of the game, which is going to come to UK arcades this year, right? I don't know if we've got space. We're trying to make space, basically. But yeah, you pick 2 guns at the start of every level.
Yeah.
And then that's it, and you can't save scores or anything. So I guess it'll be a lot better buying your guns.
And also, Master Mode is not in the international
What's
one.
Master Mode? Like a hard mode?
Master Mode is basically old school, so it plays exactly like House of Dead 4. No special weapons.
Oh, that's
very specific route. This is for score attack guys. These are people like me that play, and that's missing from the international.
I think what we both said when we played House of the Dead at the show, which is an amazing game.
But very good game.
Let's get that straight. It's an amazing game, wicked game. I'm so glad it's come out here. It looks amazing. Atmosphere is good. It's got air blast vents. It's really booming sound. Really atmospheric. There's even a button you press to stop the intense sound and the air blast if it gets too much for you, which it shouldn't be. You got to press that button. Then don't come to our arcade. Thanks. Yeah, but one thing that we both said was that you can't really 1cc it, 1 coin clear it, because you have to. There's some bits are predetermined. Of course, a lot of games, some bits are predetermined, but let me say gimmicks. Gimmicks would be a better thing to say.
It's a very gimmick.
Say when you play Pump, right? When you pick a song for a tournament, you'll pick a song without gimmicks, right? They might slow down, speed up. Arrows might go.
A good example is Superman Double 23, I think.
Yeah. It's a load of jumps when you got to respect your legs and jump, but it's called a gimmick. You couldn't play it naturally. Whereas some things in House of the Dead, we both found, well, this is a gimmick. I wouldn't have known to do that.
It's very trial and error.
Very trial and error, and some objects that you had to hit. So you couldn't 1 coin clear it the first time. Sure, when you played it a few times, that's fine, you can. But we weren't too fond of that. Massimo manager.
We have a manager in the building as well.
Massimo here, bald Italian guy, very nice guy actually.
He's very nice.
Very approachable.
If you have a problem, please speak to him.
If he speaks to him, yeah, very nice guy.
Relatively soon, we're almost done.
Yeah, so. Thank you. 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
So sorry, the rest of it I was just saying about the show was that it was nice, but these people are not connected.
It was just there's not many games that we would play. That's the problem.
No, it's not that. It's that you can't rely on old school games anymore too much. It's too retro. But you've got to be current, and current players. If you want to get a 17-year-old out of a house, why would they want to play a ticket or redemption game? They wouldn't. And there's so much money in that. And I think they're just taking the easy way out. And it's very frustrating when I say to them, oh, we do tournaments, we do events. This game's in demand. That game's in demand.
Yeah, no.
That game's in demand. But you get looked at with a blank face. It's very frustrating. That's why there's only a few arcades left in England that do game experiences like us, or you have Vega, Electrocoins Arcade, or you have Arcade Club in Manchester. You have Astro City in Southend, which is, I think it's become private events only though, but What I'm saying is, if you open an independent private arcade now, you know what you're doing. You can, pretty much clean up. No, you can actually clean up because you won't have any competition. And I know that sounds really quite arrogant, but you won't, because if you just do your games right, you can get people in. But you've got to be on social media, and these guys aren't on social media. They're not on Facebook. They're not on Twitter. They're not interacting with their customers, making events.
They don't really speak up.
I feel it's very much us and them. So the people who are selling stuff and putting the stuff out, it's their industry, but they don't speak to the gamers. But it's like you're selling a product, not to your customer, but you're selling a product to the people you are marketing it with. So, but you should be focused on the customer, because they're the ones playing it, and they're the ones, it's their end game product. It'll be like me opening a hairdresser's, cutting the person's hair, and everyone's patting me on the back saying, you did a great job, nice one, mate, but not asking the person who's got to walk around with that haircut.
Yeah,
and you're getting awards for it, and you're saying this is good, but the person's going, hey, you actually cut my hair, it's my hair you're talking about. And no, forget, we don't care about you. Oh, well done, mate. Oh, it's fantastic hairdressers. You know, so my point is, I felt very little interaction with actual players, and no attempts, and quite arrogant. So anyway, I'm digging myself deeper and deeper, because I write for these trade shows and stuff as well, but it's frustrating.
But at the end of the day, from the era of games that you're from, it can be frustrating.
Well, the thing is, we're not speaking old school. Like, we play current gen games. So when we say era games that we're from, we mean like 2019. We mean that, you know, current gen music games, fighting games.
No, of course. No, so I understand that, because both of us, we know stuff about like
older and
stuff and Nesca and all that sort of stuff. Like, but the thing is that style of arcade is disappeared a lot from.
It didn't have to, and it doesn't have to.
No, of course.
Have to. Round one's good proof of that. We better wrap up.
Right, so
Tom, repair. Yeah, Tom's going to be repaired soon. Hard drive change.
Quick run on Dragon Ball. For our PS4 setup here, we now have Season 1 and Season 2 on there. So I know for a very long time we didn't have Season 1 and Season 2 DLC, but we now have all of the DLC that's currently out available. So we're up to Videl and Jiren in terms of DLC characters, and we've got all of the Season 1, including the pre-order bonus ones of Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta. So you can play that anytime soon. So come down. And general arcade news.
What in the world? UK?
Yeah. No, in general. You went to a really nice arcade, actually.
There are a lot of independent arcades popping up in the last 5 years or so, since 2012. Hang on, what year are we now? 2019. Oh, in the last 7 years, let's say. And a lot of people are our age, got a bit of money now, taking things into their own hand. I went to a really nice arcade in Lille. They have Initial D, In the Groove. They have Re-Rave touchscreen game like Technica. Nice. Some fighting game, Astro City games. There's also Extra Life Cafe in Paris. I went to a few months ago.
That's a good one. I've heard of that.
Really good. But I guess if you guys in UK, England, you're going to be thinking of, there's Time Warp Arcade, which I believe is in Exeter or Bridgend, somewhere down Exeter way. They're shutting down soon, actually, but they had some music games and some fighting games.
My condolences to them.
I need to go and visit them before they close.
Do you know when the close date is?
Very soon, like in the next month or so.
Not good.
Time Warp, look them up on Facebook, Time Warp. There's Combo Arcade Cafe, which is in Edinburgh, far, and it's just stand-up fighting game cabinets. Sit down Astro Cities, but they're really amazing, really lovely guy. Japanese food in there, Japanese-style drinks. Sick arcade, good atmosphere, lots of tournaments. That's another good place. So you've got Edinburgh's got you covered. Obviously, Arcade Club, Manchester. Shout out to Andy Palmer, Arcade Club staff, Lee Farron, all you guys, Jonathan Warner's at Astro City. But shout outs to Jonathan Warner at Astro City and Paul. Paul, I've got your surname, Paul, at Astro City. Shout outs to you. So they're opening up in Leeds soon, Arcade Club. So Manchester, Leeds, Edinburgh, and London.
Basically are covered.
Are covered, more or less. So I just wish more people would start opening up things like that.
I have some Japanese game news, arcade-wise.
Okay.
So Street Fighter V is coming to arcades officially in Japan. Okay. They've just finished their second location test at EVO Japan.
Awesome.
And it's called Street Fighter V Type Arcade.
Okay.
The interface has already been shown off and stuff. It runs on Nesca X4 hardware.
Ooh, X4. So here we got X2 using, what does X2 run on? Groove Coaster?
No, Groove Coaster runs on Type 0. X0, so.
What am I thinking of X2? Oh, Super Street Fighter 2. Which
X2 is Street Fighter 4 and Blaze Blue. continuing shift and stuff like that.
Well, I think we've got to wrap up now. I'm quite aware from, you know, when you watch something back, A, you hate watching yourself, and B, you think, wow, like, what are these people doing? It's dumb. I've already thought in my head, yeah, this wasn't that structured. Next time it's got to be a lot more structured. But I think this is a good first test.
I think it flows. I don't mind it being so casual.
You just got to have a first time, but next time I'll do a bit more structure to it, more points. Because I think when you're watching, you want to see stuff. You don't want to see people just ramble. You want to see point, talk. You know, you want to have a structure. So I'll bear that in mind definitely for next month. We're definitely going to do this next month, and it'll be much better podcast next month.
So we're going to release a video version of this and a audio only version.
Well, I think they're watching the video version right now.
They'll be watching the video version right now, but there is a audio version as well if you can't do that. And I'll make sure I add something like that to the start of it as well.
You can't do that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Yeah.
It's called editing.
No, it's when you said if you can't do that. It's quite funny. Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, we'll talk more about the new games coming out if they're not already here next month. And also, there's a big pump tournament in April. Big pump tournament. Organised by Joboa, a.k.a. Tanya.
Please hit her up about that.
Okay, Tatiana. Yeah, Blondie plays pump. Not to be confused with Lana, who's also blonde, also plays pump.
Next month, we're going to go over some really interesting Japanese-related arcade tournaments that happened recently.
Okay.
Corporation Cup for Street Fighter 3. And the Hokuto no Ken Team Nationals as well, that happened as well. And we'll also go over some of the competition that we have here, so stuff like GB and...
Yeah, sorry guys, next video will be way more structured, but we've got GB tournament coming up on Sunday.
Yep.
We've got Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike tournament coming up, Alpha 3 tournaments, so old school fighting tournaments we've got.
And we've got a second Sun Vortex competition coming up.
Yeah, second Sun Vortex tournament coming up. Racing tournaments, nothing at the moment. We're trying to work on stuff. Yeah, we're trying to work on stuff, but we want the machines to be in good condition, tournament condition. So it's okay being casual condition, but for tournament it's got to be top notch. Right. So yeah, and yeah, any questions? Always Twitter, Facebook us. So even if we don't have total control, we'll always respond to you. Like there's never been a time where someone's messaged us, we have not responded to them like the same day. Never. Even if you said, oh, why isn't my here? Why is it blah blah game online?
Every single time.
Yeah. You know, why don't you have?
Yeah, no, I get
that thing. Yeah, and we'll say, well, we don't have that thing because that thing is blah blah blah, and then we'll always answer you, man. Yeah. Any question at all, and then if you might even say, oh, I'm in Brighton, where do I play an arcade? I'm in Sheffield, where can I play blah blah blah? We'll do our best to answer you. So just message us, and especially if a machine's not working or machine's broken, please don't play it and walk out. Just walk out, but then message us. Just tell us.
Or tell the manager that's on site.
Tell the manager, but I would say if you Facebook us, it's better because then it's in writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we will respond. It's in writing. Anything that's wrong, because you've got to realise people come in from the street all the time. Tourists come in, they bang out the machines, and things are going to deteriorate. So
yeah, no, exactly.
Message us, and then that's it. That's it. Please give me some feedback on how we speak.
Cool. So this has been Ben and
710, aka Toby, aka LV person. You'll find, you know me on social media. You'll find me.
No, exactly.
Right, cool.
Right, until next time, guys.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.